I want to remind you, in 1956, more than 2,600 Hungarians were killed and almost 20,000 were wounded in Hungary in 3 days from Soviet Kremlin army. Maybe you expected the same scenario in Kiev. Ukraine is a shield of protection of European democracy. Ukraine is a part of European values and always defended. Why Budapest has blocked the next tranche of funds from the European Peace Fund for military assistance to Ukraine? Why Hungary tried to block anti-Russian sanctions? How much Russian assets were blocked in Hungary, and when did you plan to transfer them to rebuild in Ukraine? Where is Hungarian reaction for ecocide against Ukraine in Kakhovka? Who initiates the war in Ukraine? Who is responsible for all deaths of Ukrainian civilians? And last one, 11 defenders of Ukraine who were held as prisoners of war by terrorist country Moscow are actually located on the territory of Hungary. How it happens actually, and when they will come back home to their families?
1956, my country was run over by the Soviet Red Army. At that time, the whole Western world looked at what had been happening in Budapest and in Hungary. Any kind of support, every kind of support was promised. Radio Free Europe has circulated the biggest ever fake news in our media history, saying that the Americans are around the corner to come to help us. No one came to help. And then my country stayed under communist occupation until 1990. And the whole European continent was very comfortable with that. Since until 1990, we have not received any kind of support, any voice heard that Hungary should be a free and sovereign country with the other Eastern European fellow countries of ours. On the other hand, when it comes to the sanctions, dear colleague, I'm pretty sure you are absolutely aware that Hungary has not vetoed any sanction packages so far in the European Union. But what we have also made it clear, that since the Hungarian people are not responsible for this war, we will not let the Hungarian people pay the price for this war. So therefore, when it comes to the security of energy supply, we would never agree with any sanctions which would endanger that, because, as I just said it to the question of our colleague from Azerbaijan, the matter of energy supply is a poor physical issue and has nothing to do with political taste. When it comes to the European Peace Facility, my dear colleague, here I would like to ask you to help us. Your anti-corruption agency has listed the biggest Hungarian bank, the biggest systemic Hungarian bank, on the list of international sponsors of the war, based on 4 lies. And you know what kind of risk it takes when the #1 bank of a country, with the accounts of more than 3 million Hungarians, is being listed on such a list in an absolutely unfair and false manner. The only thing we asked from the Ukrainian authorities in order to enable us to let the proposal through in the European Parliament, the European Union, regarding EPF, was to remove this bank from this list, where it has nothing to do. And this very simple request of your authorities has not been heard. I'd like to ask you to help us and remove the #1 Hungarian bank from this list, where it's totally unfairly listed, and then we will be happy to come back to this question. And when it comes to the 11 prisoners of war, my dear colleague, I think it's good news. I think it's good news they are free. And there were discussions between church and religious organizations where the state of Hungary were absolutely not involved. And based on this agreement, these people were let go free. And those are free people. They are free in their movements in Hungary. They do whatever they want to do. If they would like to get in touch, with the Ukrainian authorities, they are free to do so. I can guarantee this to you.